Thanks so much for being with us here on Atlanta News First Plus. I'm Joy Lim-Nackarin with a look at some of the top stories that we're following this morning. You know, I want to start with a really sad case that we're following. Two people who are accused of killing a 6-month-old baby in a drive-by shooting are expected to enter their final pleas today. A stray bullet struck little Grayson Fleming Gray as he sat in his car seat. Well, now these two suspects. DeCassie Little was arrested the day after the shooting, and Sharice Ingram turned herself in the day after that. Authorities did not believe that she actually pulled the trigger, though she too is facing a murder charge. A judge in August actually allowed Ingram to post bond, so she's been out of jail since then, awaiting trial. And it was in January of last year, 2022, when a woman named Carrie Gray frantically called 911 in the middle of the afternoon. She had just parked her car outside a Food Mart store on Anderson Avenue when people in 2 cars drove past, shooting apparently at each other. And a stray bullet struck baby Grayson, killing him. Again, he was just sitting in his car seat at the time. We spoke by phone last night with baby Grayson's mom, and she said she's hoping the defendant will plead guilty today so that she could avoid this whole trial process. And she has the same message for them that she had 1 year ago.
So I pray for you. I pray for you. I hope one day you get a soul and you understand what your actions actually did.
And we actually have a crew in court, and they will be at that hearing today gathering more information. Of course, we're going to bring you the latest here on Atlanta News First and Atlanta News First Plus.
Notice a tan sedan.
We're also following developing news of a deadly triple shooting that's being investigated in Northwest Atlanta right now. Atlanta police say that it all happened due to a fight. They got the call 6:30 at night last night about a person shot. Police went out to Francis Street, just south of Westside Reservoir Park, and that is where they found 2 men in critical condition who appeared to be shot. They were rushed to Grady Hospital but later died. As police were investigating, they found out a 3rd victim was at the hospital after showing up in a private vehicle. That person is expected to make it, thankfully. We spoke with a witness who didn't want his identity to be revealed, but he did make some comments about his safety concerns.
Notice a tan sedan pull up on the wrong side of the street, and then someone got out on the passenger side with the mask on and the gun by his side. And I heard a lot of gunshots and a lot of skirmish.
So we're working to confirm with police how many people were shooting in this situation. They did say that everyone involved in this fight was taken to the hospital, but it's a story that we're going to continue to follow. Also, closing arguments start today in columnist E. Jean Carroll's civil lawsuit against former President Donald Trump. And just yesterday, Trump actually missed a hard deadline to testify in his own defense. In this New York case, Carroll is suing the former president for battery as well as defamation after he denied claims that he raped her in a department store dressing room, no less, in the mid-1990s. We're going to keep following this one. But meanwhile, back here in Fulton County, the district attorney, Fonnie Willis, is offering immunity deals to key players in the investigation into possible interference with Georgia's 2020 presidential election results. So these deals allow witnesses to offer testimony without the fear of being prosecuted. The investigation is centered around the efforts in Georgia to keep Trump in office even after he lost to Joe Biden. Willis is set to announce her decision on possible criminal charges sometime this summer. And, it's something that, of course, we're going to keep following closely on Atlanta News First and Atlanta News First Plus. All right, we want to show you a look outside, a little bit of a gray day here. We've got meteorologist Courtney Giacobazzi with a closer look at the forecast. Courtney.
Thanks so much, Joy. Also love your blue today.
Oh,
very
love your
pretty.
blue.
Thank you. We're both in blue today. You'll see when I pop up on screen. Good morning, everyone. Yeah, a little bit of a gray day out there, that is for sure, but we will see some improvement as we go through the day today, at least a little bit of improvement. So I am First Alert Meteorologist Courtney Giacobazzi. I hope you had a wonderful weekend, and I hope your work week is off to a good start. We do have quite the different setup this week. You might have remembered last week was quite chilly, especially for a first week of May. That's not going to be the case this week. We're talking summer-like weather this week, pool weather. So all of you parents with kids who have just been dying to get outside and maybe go take advantage of some of the community pools, maybe you're lucky enough to have a pool in your own backyard. I think that this week and this weekend will give you plenty of opportunity to go make a splash and enjoy some of the outdoor warmer activities to be had. All right, so let's talk about what's going on out there right now. It is cloudy, overcast. We had some rain move in early this morning. Most of that is out now, but I do want to show you something. This is what I'm talking about with our little pattern change we've had. So this morning, where we bottomed out, it's a little warmer than this now. This is, by the way, just past 10 o'clock. We bottomed out at 67 degrees this morning. Now, this time last week, we were at 50 degrees. Some spots were in the 40s. And then if you remember, we had some spots last week wake up in the 30s up in the mountains. So a very different feel out there this week. And this warmer start is going to kick off the warmer trend this week as a whole. So right now, I'm outside at 71 degrees, southwest wind at 8 miles per hour. That's going to pull in the warm and more moisture-rich air for the day today, which will leave us with partly sunny skies. We are going to see sunshine today, but that will also offer us the chance for more isolated storms through the afternoon. So we talk about this a lot in the summertime when it's humid and sticky out there. You have those pop-up isolated storms. So essentially that southwest wind is pulling in moisture from the Gulf of Mexico. And as we start to heat up, that moisture will start to rise. We'll go through the water cycle. You remember that? Probably learned it in elementary school at some point, or your kids have been learning it in their school curriculum. But we'll go through the water cycle. And we'll have those pop-up showers and thunderstorms through the afternoon as we start to heat up. All that moisture is going to rise and create just a slightly unsettled day today. Notice the temperatures, though, will be in the low 80s. Very, very warm. Just a couple degrees above average for this time of year. Our average is 79. So as we go through the afternoon, we'll take you through one of our high-resolution forecast models here. Upper 70s, low 80s. We'll see sunshine, so a mix of sun and clouds through the afternoon with those pop-up showers and storms. So as you're picking up the kids from school today, you might run into a stray shower or thunderstorm. Not going to be a washout. You can keep the umbrella kind of tucked in your car if you want, or the raincoat, but for the most part, we'll be dry later today. Now tonight, this is kind of our one slight change to the forecast, and it'll make a difference, especially in the humidity. So as we go into the evening tonight, or excuse me, the evening tomorrow night, a cold front's going to start to sink through. During the afternoon hours, where we're going to hit the 80s yet again, that will help muster up some showers and thunderstorms. They'll kind of bubble up along that front in the afternoon, especially along I-20 and south, because of the timing of this front. So it'll be pushing through during the afternoon and evening, and our moisture in the air will ultimately take advantage of that lift from the front and the heating and offer us the chance for a few scattered showers and thunderstorms tomorrow afternoon. It's also going to be breezy as that front passes through, by the way. We'll wake up a little cooler Wednesday morning, some of us in the 50s, this model in particular, thinking that up in the mountains you'll be in the 40s, so a really comfortable day on Wednesday. We're going to wake up in the upper 50s to low 60s, with the exception of some of the higher elevations in the 40s, and then the afternoon will be warm in the 80s, but this is going to be the kicker. This is what's going to make it really, really nice. A perfect spring day on Wednesday, which, by the way, I believe the Braves are back in town on Wednesday. Well, really tomorrow, but they stay in town on Wednesday. So if you have any plans to go to the Braves game Wednesday night, it's probably going to be fantastic. Warm, but comfortable. So here's a look at the dew points. Dew points measure the amount of moisture in the atmosphere, and the closer you get to 70, the more tropical it feels, and the closer the dew point gets to the actual temperature kind of gives you an idea of how saturated the air is. So this is ultimately our muggy meter, if you will. So the next couple of days are going to be a little on the sticky side. Not summertime sticky. It's not going to be really tropical feeling out there, but it will be noticeably more uncomfortable. So it will feel a couple degrees warmer through the afternoon. Now Wednesday, the drier air filters in. Our wind behind our cold front that moves in Tuesday afternoon and evening, that will start to spill in. We'll have a northerly wind component to our wind. That'll pull in some drier air. So Wednesday will start a little cooler. We'll have a lot of sunshine. It'll be comfortable. It'll be breezy and warm, really nice. And then those dew points do start to rise as we head towards the end of the week and into the weekend. So naturally, more moisture in the air. That will bring back the chance for just pop-up showers and storms. So notice pretty much every day this week, with the exception of Wednesday when that drier air moves in, we'll have the chance for afternoon storms because we'll set up essentially into a summer-like pattern where that moisture will ultimately take advantage of the heat of the day, and we'll have the shower and thunderstorm activity for the afternoon. So no major weather systems moving in. We do not have any more first alerts. We did have one this morning because of the heavy rain and storm activity that moved through during your morning commute, especially north of the city. Didn't happen for everybody, but we definitely had some heavy rain out there this morning. But from here on out, as of right now, we don't have any first alerts solely because we just don't have any severe weather threats. We could maybe have a stronger storm with the heat of the day, but we have no organized severe threat and no widespread rain chance. We're simply going to set up into a warm and unsettled pattern. And that is going to continue all the way into the weekend. Essentially what's happening is, and First Alert meteorologist Ella Dorsey is going to talk about this in Weather Where You Are at 11:30. It's a new segment that we've been doing here on Atlanta News First, ANF Plus, and you can find it on our app, all the things, those segments. It's great. She'll be talking a little bit more in detail about the importance of this, but we have this area of high pressure, a ridge of high pressure building in the upper levels of the atmosphere, and that's going to dominate all the way into the weekend, and that essentially is going to keep us warm. It's also going to prevent weather systems of any kind of great significance from moving into the area. It kind of acts as a force field for us, and underneath an area of high pressure, air sinks, and when air sinks, it warms. So look at this 7-day. Needless to say, our first alert forecast is warm. Low 80s today with that chance for isolated afternoon storms. Tomorrow, a little warmer, mid 80s for metro, low 80s still for the suburbs with the chance for afternoon storms. Wednesday will be very comfortable, low 80s, mostly sunny, and then we'll just have afternoon scattered thunderstorm chances with temperatures in the 80s through the end of the week. Even into the weekend, some spots on Sunday could push 90 degrees. If you're south of the city on Sunday, you could hit 90. So very, very hot. Excuse me. Very hot weather on the way for the end of the week. Gonna feel a little more like summer over the weekend. So if you don't have any weekend plans, I'd start making some pool plans, something by the water, maybe the river, the lake, something like that, because it's gonna be quite toasty out there. You'll want something to cool you down. But with the thunderstorm chances, our First Alert Weather app is a great tool to have because it'll let you know if lightning is in your area. And if thunder roars, you head indoors, wait for the storm to pass, and then you can go back outside and enjoy your day. All right, everyone, I appreciate you for spending some time with us this morning. It's always nice to give you your top stories and your weather to kick off the week, and we'll catch you guys here next time. Make it a great day.